consumer spending, remember 70% of GDP, is again being carried only by the top 10%. And when that top 10% is continuing to own more and more stocks to a tune of around 624,000 more than just 3 years ago, because the stock price keeps going up and up, now the question becomes, what happens if the market and when it corrects? And as I'm writing this, especially with what's going on with the war, if this now leads to some sort of collapse and they start pulling back their money, there's not really going to be anything underneath to catch that fall. And I haven't even mentioned the middle class that used to be the backbone of this economy and country, and there's a reason why there isn't any even space for them on the K. And it's because the middle class is actively shrinking. What used to be 61% in 1971 is now 51% today, and most of those people falling out of the middle class aren't moving up, they're sliding down in the bottom part. And like I talked about earlier, we've already seen this movie with the Great Depression, where the asset class will inevitably benefit from the crash and recovery, while even years after, the non-asset class stood in breadlines. And what scares me most is that right now, the S&P 500 and consumer sentiment are forming that exact same shape. So what's clear is that even with this strong economy that we see today, what it doesn't describe is the 330 million people that make up this country. What it more so describes is the 33 million. But hey, at least the Dow is over 50,000, right? So now the question becomes, what's next? I mean, it's pretty clear that this isn't a broken system waiting to be fixed. And when you consider that this has been a working system since the age of kings and queens, or at least the Great Depression, truth is, it will always probably be this way. But what I'm actually trying to say here is that this actually means hope. Hope that if the system is always going to be designed this way, once you see it, you can actually start to use it. Because if the people running our economy is indeed addicted to this loop that I explained, what becomes obvious if you want to